On this pleasant evening, a hearty welcome to the 13th session of WCOP 3 months training program on school counseling. I extend my heartfelt welcome to our Chief Patron, Professor Sri P.V. Ramurthy, Chief Patron and Chairman, Professor Girishwar Mishra, Chairman of the program, Professor V. Ganeshan, Patron, Professor R.N. Singh, and our Chief Guest, Professor S. Padmanabhaya, Chairperson, Professor V. Suresh, the resource person, Dr. P. Narayanan, and our special invitees, Mrs. P. Ramadevi and Dr. Shankar Jyoti Kumar. I also welcome WCOP President, Professor B.G. Reddy, General Secretary, Professor R. Subhashini, Treasurer, and today's Chairperson, Professor V. Suresh, the coordinator of the program, Professor K. Ashok, all the executive members, committee members, core committee members, and all the participants. A hearty welcome to you all on this pleasant evening to this session. Now I request our President, Professor B.G. Reddy, to give his welcome address.
Good evening, everybody. I am happy to announce that we have crossed 50% of the 3 months training program. And today happened to be the 13th session. And all the sessions went on well. And all the sessions are also being uploaded to our WCOP YouTube also. Then today's chief guest could not be able to join due to technical problem. And today's chairperson, Professor Suresh from Annamala University, is the treasurer of WCOP, and Professor Krishnamurthy, Professor Sudhakara Reddy, the core committee members of this WCOP and executive committee members, and today's trainer, our beloved friend, Dr. Narayanan. Thanks to Narayanan for readily accepting to be with us to handle the second session of this training program. And there are other two young and dynamic special invitees are with us. That is Ramadevi, WCOP convener AP, and another Shankar Jyoti Kumar. He is an NGO. Actually, the introduction of NGO, I thought of just for each program this year afterwards, I wanted to involve these NGOs because NGOs are at village level, ground level. They have been working with the public and they know pretty well who are required the psychological services. Psychological services so that they can identify these NGOs are better people to identify those mentally disturbed people, and they can as well report to our WCOP, and WCOP in turn could do and render a better service to the needy society. So with that objective, just today we have invited one NGO. That NGO gentleman also did MSc Psychology from our Directorate of Distance Education of Venkateswara University. So he is a fully qualified man. So through him, we can also do some kind of better service to the society. And beloved participants, and today, all the best to the just VIPs as well as the participants and today's trainer also. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the chairperson of today's session, who is also the treasurer of WCOP, Professor V. Suresh, to speak a few words addressing the group.
Thank you, Dr. Chinni Simon. Good evening to all. I'm happy to be amongst you during this session where we have crossed 50% of this training program, which has gone off very well and very successfully. And today I'm happy to meet Dr. Narayanan, who is a long friend of mine. And I have seen him right from learning his psychology from bachelor's degree till doctorate degree has grown from time to time. And today he is going to be a resource person. I'm really proud of him, and I'm very happy to chair this session. And thank you for the opportunity given. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our special invitee, Dr. Shankar Jyoti Kumar, to speak a few words with the group. Dr. Shankar Jyoti Kumar is a well-known person who conducts free medical and awareness camps on various issues. With more than 25 years of experience as medical consultant and visiting counselor, he attended many workshops conducted by different agencies and organizations, and he is also a lifetime member in Central Council of Indian Medicine and Rotary Club of Tirupati. He has won awards, the award of Outstanding Medical Practitioner by Colombo University, Sri Lanka, and Best Service Award by City Chamber, Tirupati. We are very happy to have you now, Mr. Sir. I request you to speak a few words.
Ramadevi. Dr. Chinni Simon.
Yes, sir.
Please proceed. Ramadevi.
We have another special invitee with us, Mrs. Ramadevi, who started her career as teacher in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. She is working as a psychologist at Basavia Nursing Home Vijayawada and Mansa Psychiatric Nursing Home Vijayawada, and also as counselor at St. John's Higher Secondary School, Gannavaram. She has a very pleasing personality. We are very happy to have you now, Madam. Kindly, I request you to kindly speak a few words with the group.
A very pleasant evening, one and all. I'm very happy to be here with you as a part of the program. I never expected that I would be here. It's all because of the PG Reddy sir. All the accolade goes to PG Reddy sir, I would say. And I have learned a lot from the WCOP, the special techniques and everything, and it's really, really helpful. What I have experienced all these years, though my journey is not long, so what I felt is we need to know the practical knowledge as well as important as theoretical knowledge, because often the clients come up with to get a solution. We should be able to give a solution to them so that they can live peacefully. First, initially they should live peacefully. So I feel techniques are more important than not just theory. So I learned many techniques from Professor Ganeshan sir as well, and I've gained a lot of experience though. So it's my pleasure, honor, and privilege to be a part of WCOP. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, madam. Certainly, we are all lifetime learners.
Yeah.
And definitely, WCOP is a very nice platform for us to learn many things. Thank you very much. Now, I request our resource person of today's session, Dr. P. Narayanan, to take up the session and then continue with this. And before he speaks, we have already spent one session, he has conducted one session of this training program. He is the director of Psychotech Institute of Counseling and Psychotherapy, Palakkad, and he is the consultant psychologist in Sri Satya Sai Institute of Primary Healthcare, Shanur, Kerala. He is a student of Professor Vedagiri Ganeshan, and he is involved in conducting and counseling training programs for the past 5 years. We are very happy to have you, sir, for another session today. Kindly take up the session and then continue with the counseling program.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
I'm extremely happy on being invited to present another session in this 3-month training program organized by World Congress of Psychologists. And I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all the office bearers of Wcop, including Dr. Professor Vedagiri Ganeshan, who is my guide and guru. And today I am more happier as my teacher, as he said, from graduation till MPhil in a direct way, and in PhD as an indirect way. My teacher, Professor Suresh sir, is here. I am so happy, and I express my gratitude to him also. And I am thankful to Professor Vijay Reddy for inviting me to this program. I feel this program is very effective, useful for the school counselors, because I have gone through previous sessions in which a lot of problems being faced by counselors and psychologists are being discussed in detail. Moreover, the sessions are available in YouTube so that they can make it a referral point at any time. Hence, I am so happy to be a part of this session, and I have made a presentation. My first presentation was based on behavior modification therapy, in which we have discussed some step-by-step process for managing examination phobia, fear of blood, then social phobia, etc. And some other problems also, like school refusal, bedwetting, etc. But today, I am presenting my understanding and my viewpoints on Rogerian counseling, which is also known as non-directive counseling or Kharkov model of counseling. You can see, you can give a lot of names. Today I'll be discussing on non-directive counseling or of Kharkov model of counseling. As psychologists, we know that there are various approaches to counseling. The most important could be directive and non-directive. And in directive counseling, the therapist or the psychologist takes lead role, and the counselee is following the therapist. But in non-directive counseling or humanistic approach, the counselor is not taking one up position, but he moves along with the counselor. That is a major difference between directive and non-directive counseling. Now we will move on to the session. So I am sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Before discussing counseling, I would like to drive home a point, that is, what is the difference between counseling and advice? As professionals, we know, even the school counselors, all counselors and psychologists know what is the difference between advice and counsel. But a common man, maybe not having much exposure to the field of psychology, thinks that counseling is giving advice. So we should be able to clearly distinguish between counseling and advice.
I request the participant, kindly mute yourself. No noise, please. Kindly mute yourself.
So advice is giving suggestion from
నేను ఇంగ్లీష్ మాట్లాడలేను.
Sandros, hello Sandros. Whether you wanted to be here, kindly mute. Otherwise, you better quit. Hello, Sandros.
ఆండ్రోస్ ఎవరు?
Kindly mute yourself.
So advice is giving suggestion from your frame of reference, making use of your experiences, beliefs, attitudes, values, etc. That is, in advice,
హ్యాపీ కొద్ది కదా?
your experiences, your beliefs, attitudes, values, etc. are reflected. But counseling is the process of empowering the counselee to manage his situation.
ఆబ్సెంట్ కదా?
Hello. Shall I continue, sir?
This is you please continue, sir. We have explained that gentleman.
Now I am not getting screen sharing.
Wait. 1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
గెసింగ్ చేసే ఏం పర్వాలేదు, చేసేసి ఈయన మళ్ళా కంటిన్యూ చేయొచ్చు. PPT. Sir, please proceed, sir. Narayan sir, please proceed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You please proceed.
Okay. So advice is giving suggestions from your frame of reference using your experiences, beliefs, attitudes, values, etc. So in advice, your value system, your attitudes, your beliefs, etc. will be reflected. But counseling is the process of empowering the counselee to manage his situation using his potentials, his resources, etc. To empower the counselee, the counselor should be able to enter into the frame of reference of the counsel. This is a pictorial representation of the advice. You can see here the frame of reference of the counselor and counselee is entirely different. But in counseling, it becomes almost similar, almost identical. That means the counselor is able to understand counselee in a better way. In advice, there is no understanding, there is no consideration of the position of the counselee, but still we are giving advice based on our belief system, our values, our attitudes, etc. So that is a major difference between advice and counseling. Now I am moving to counseling. Before counseling, what are the attitudes of the counselor? Especially in humanistic counseling, they give high importance to the following attitudes. There are other attitudes also. It is common to all counseling process, but I am just highlighting that. One is respect. Humanistic approach says that every individual, every human being is equal. So the counselor should respect the other person as he is, and he should be able to unconditionally accept the other person as he is, because he is a human being. So counselor should respect counselee, whatever be the problem. And next one is counselor should be genuine. That means in counseling, a counselor cannot pretend. If you are not genuine, if you are making a statement which is not genuine, your non-verbal communications, your non-verbal expressions will cheat you, and the counselee will definitely pick up these clues and will understand that you are not genuine. But in counseling, being genuine is very, very important. Third one is empathy. Everybody knows that. We should be able to analyze the situation or understand the situation from the counselee's point of view. That is empathy. Last one or another one, most important one more, another one is concreteness. Concreteness means we should be able to understand the counselee in a concrete way, and we should be able to respond in a concrete way. If I say an example, I feel very irritated when people ask me which part of the country I am from. A counselor says that. I feel very irritated when people ask me which part of the country I am from. I will read two responses. One, the counselor says that countries are divided into regions, and some people prefer to live in hills rather than plains. There is one response of a counselor. Another one is you feel annoyed because people wants to know if you belong to a particular region towards which they may be prejudiced. That is the second one. In second one, you are quite genuine because you are reproducing what the counselee is feeling exactly. In the other one, you are not concrete. So concreteness is very, very important in counseling. As a counselor, you are not supposed to share or tell whatever you feel like. You should be very concrete in transacting with the counselee or client. And everybody knows that.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can I ask a question?
Yeah. Now or after the session?
Okay, sir, I'll ask after the session. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Narayanan sir, this program is going to for YouTube. So kindly make me a host so that your PPT will also continue and all people will be visible. So that it would be nice if you wanted to upload to YouTube, please.
So how can I make you a host?
You make me host. Then the rest of the things for you, we will make just everything will you can go. No problem.
How can I make you a host?
Sir, just Narayanan sir, good evening sir. Just hold the name, surname, Vijay sir name. Hold and right side you will see two options, sir. Make host.
Okay.
Just press and hold the name.
Okay. Make host. That's all. Okay. I have made it.
Okay.
I have made it. But now I am not getting screen sharing.
Okay, sir.
But I am not getting screen share option now.
1 minute.
Can you make me co-host?
Now it is activated. No, you share it now.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Is it okay? Can I proceed now?
Okay, sir.
The basic assumption of humanistic school is that every person has worth and right to achieve self-realization through reason and rational thought. That means every normal individual is able to think rationally, and he is able to arrive at a productive decision, a comfortable decision through rational thinking. But due to some problems, maybe an emotional upsurge or what you call perception of a situation, it becomes a barrier for the time being. But when it is addressed to, he will be able to think rationally and to arrive a decision which is suitable for him. That is the basic assumption of humanistic school. And basic assumption of humanist school is individual free will, personal growth, self-actualization, and you know that major humanistic thinkers are Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers. This is Carl Rogers. And to make this presentation, I have actually, based on this book only, I am making this presentation. It is Personal Counseling by J.M. Foster, where J.M. Foster has introduced an easy step-by-step process utilizing Kharkov model. Kharkov model is made more easier, and a step-by-step training program is given in this book. So I have used this book for this presentation. And this is Foster model of counseling. As you all are aware, the capital C denotes counselor and the small c denotes counseling. And the top portion, that is in blue letters, shows the skills required by the counselor. And the lower portion shows the change that should happen in the counseling through this process. I will explain one by one. The first one is AS is attending skill. Second one is responding skill. Third one is personalizing skill. And the last one is initiating skill. And with this personalizing, the counseling changes are getting involved, self-exploration, self-understanding, and action. Now I will explain the process. With the effective application, effective use of attending skill, the counselee gets involved in the process. When a person is coming for counseling, he will be or she will be having a lot of apprehensions. He will be anxious. He will be having a lot of questions in his mind, that is whether this person is going to accept me, whether the person will be comfortable, whether I will be okay with him. And he will not be that much involved in the process. With proper attending skills, the person gets involved in the process. When the person getting involved in the process, he starts speaking to you, talking to you, verbally and non-verbally. So you start responding to that words of the counseling. That is responding. With proper responding skill, the counselee starts self-exploring. He or she is exploring regarding that problem and other problems also. He or she starts exploring. This process continues for a long time. After that, when the exploration is almost over, the counselee slowly moves to personalizing skill. Personalizing skill is the most important area of counseling, in which the counselee understands what is the role of that person in making this problem and to maintaining this problem. In each problem, the person himself plays a role. So what is that role? He constructively understands that. Through personalization, the client moves to self-understanding. Now the client understood what is happening. Next step is initiating skill. So now the client understood what is happening here, and she also understood where she wants to move. So in initiating skill, the counselor and counselee formulate suitable steps to further movement. And this further movement happens, that is action. This is the process. Now I will explain one by one in detail. Same only. Counselor skill, attending, responding, personalizing, and initiating. Counselor's response, getting involved, self-exploration, self-understanding, and action. What are all attending skills? That is social skill. Everybody knows to greeting, offering seat, etc. As in the case of rapport building, we say that's the initial stage of counseling. Then attending physically. Attending physically means your posture, your expression, your gestures, your tone of voice. All this communicates a lot. So if you are with this, the counselee is getting involved in the process, counselee becomes relaxed. He or she is getting trust on you. When the trust is built, he starts talking to you or expressing more and more. That can be verbal or non-verbal. Next one is observing. Observe to the non-verbal cues given by the client, like eye movements, hand gestures, eye contact, look, appearance, etc. Why should we observe that? Sometimes the client may say that, the counselor may say that, I'm so relaxed, I don't have any problem. But at the same time, she must be holding her hand tight. So we should observe that. There is incongruency in the behavior of the client and the word what she is telling. And the other example, if you want, she may tell that my husband is so lovely. The word is like that, but her expression won't be congruent with what she says. Just observe it. Don't go for confrontation now. You can go for confrontation in personalizing stage. How to confront? You can ask that. You have been telling that you are relaxed, but I observed your hands were so tight. I think that is not matching. What happened? So she may, after making this rapport and all, she may go on explain. So that is observing. Then listening. Listening is the most important part of counseling, whatever be the style. Here, what you have to do is listen to the content and feeling. Each communication has a content as well as a feeling is there, emotion is there. So listen to the content and feeling, and it should be communicated like that only. So there will be content and feeling, and don't interrupt the client. Just let her or let him tell. We can just listen to that. That is the thing. Then comes responding. As I told earlier, responding to the content and feeling. Then respond with questions. Then summary response. So I will give an example. Imagine a situation in which a person working in an office, he is an office employee, where he is so honest and he won't take any bribe. But some others in the office, they accept bribe. But later, these colleagues starts making fun of him. He feels so upset or become, anyway, he is not happy of that. He becomes very upset or hurt. He is sharing that to another person. So there could be a lot of responses. One could be that, don't worry about that. Let them say whatever they want. And how it is going to affect you. That could be one response. Another response could be that they are taking bribes. So they must be guilty. That is why they are behaving like that. And whatever they say, you go on your way. That could be another one. But the actual response, which contains the content and feeling, is like that. What is the content here? Some colleagues might make fun of you being honest or not for taking bribe. That is the content. And what is the feeling here? That is, you feel hurt. So content and feeling response will be, you feel hurt when your colleagues make fun of you for being honest or not accepting bribes. That could be the response. Like that, if you are going on responding, the client or the counselee will start exploring. The counselee feels that, oh, this person is understanding my position, so he will go on exploring further. Then summary response is the counselee will be talking a lot of things. So after that, including all the important points and important feeling, you are giving a summary of what the client said to you. That is summary response. Again, he will go on talking something else, or he may be talking about the same thing. That is self-exploration happens. As I told you earlier, in personalizing skill, the counselee is understanding where the counselee is and where she or he wants to reach, and part played by the counselee in forming or maintaining the problem situation. This, the counselee is able to accept it constructively. After this accepting this, after knowing this only, the counselee will be able to decide where she should go and what should be the goal of counseling and what is her goal. That will be decided here. And in initiating skill, the process is that state the goal clearly, identify appropriate steps, formulate first step and subsequent steps. After that, the client or the counselee goes for action. That is the process of humanistic counseling. I have made it very short. And one more thing I would like to add, that is, it is not a linear process. At times we may have to come back to the previous stages and we may have to again start from there. That is one point. Another point, what I would like to add here is that it is a framework for counseling. You can incorporate any methods into that. That is in the stage of responding or in the stage of personalizing, you can add any method, any therapies. For example, if the counselee is confused about her relationship with her mother, for example, you can use Gestalt two-chair therapy if required to get clarity. And if she is so emotionally upset, you can use some other therapies like bonding therapy, attachment therapies, etc. So it is not a linear process. It branches, and at times you will come back to the previous stages. So it is not a linear process. It's a step-by-step process, coming back, again going, moving front, again coming back. That is the process here. It is it's a framework for counseling. And after that action, last stage, the counselor and counselee together decides termination of the counseling. That is the process of counseling. With this, I conclude. And if you have any questions, we can go to question or discussion part. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I stop sharing. Ma'am was asking a question. Sir, if you permit, she can proceed with the question, I think.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Sir, good evening, sir. I'm Lata Bhavani, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, my question is how to control negligence students, sir?
What is that? What is I'm not clear. Negligence.
Negligence means in schools, negligence students.
Actually, it has nothing, no connection with this, what I have presented. I have presented a framework of counseling.
Okay.
And negligence means, what do you mean by that actually? What happens there? What happens in the classroom?
Yes, sir. In school, sir,
Yes.
some students
Yes.
are so many like negligence towards the students, teachers, sir. So how to control?
Can you make it more specific? You mean they are not
They didn't
interested in
homework.
classroom?
Yes, sir. They didn't homework.
Oh, that means they are not interested in classroom.
Yes.
They are not following instructions and
Yes.
they are not doing homework.
Yes.
Okay. So how to control that?
Yes, sir. How to control?
Yeah. First of all, if I am answering from this humanistic approach, we should be able to make rapport with the counsel, with the student. We should know why he is behaving like that. There could be some reason. That is one, then we will try to improve. But if you are going to behavior modification, we can give reinforcement for positive behavior. When one day he might have done homework, or one day he might have attended the class in a better way. So give reinforcement for that. Now, as we have discussed last time, behavior can be modified only through reinforcements. So that is one method. Okay. And we should see what is a family, the family environment, that also is to be considered. Family environment, what is a family atmosphere? And as teacher, we should have good rapport with students. Then only we'll be able to know the condition of the students. And each student is a unique individual. One method may not be suitable for another person. So first of all, we should be able to make rapport. Then reinforcement can be used. If you are using transaction analysis language, positive strokes can be used. How we can recognize the person. And if that boy can be given responsibilities in the classroom, so that he can able to take positive strokes. Yes, I am something wanted here. So you will start coming to the school. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Sir?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll ask after you. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, my doubt is regarding how to handle the students or how to help the students who are very hyperactive in the class and at the same time who are very low active in the class.
Okay. If it is problematic hyperactivity, that is, if they have any what do you call, if they have any medical problem, or if they have extreme hyperactivity, that is ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity, it needs medical intervention, medical evaluation, and it may require medication also. Otherwise psychological management in a common classroom is very difficult for an ADHD child. But what we can do is, we can give counseling to their parents and his extra energy should be discharged through extreme physical activities, maybe at home or even at school. That is cycling, swimming, etc. will be useful. There are some institutions where these children are made to play in the sense their play also will be very dangerous. So avoiding all dangerous situation, they are put in a place and they can do without, I mean, that condition is created where they want self-harm. Then they are made to discharge their energy. As the neurology says, we know that in ADHD person, they need extreme stimulation. Then only they will feel happy. So they are always trying for extreme stimulation. So it may require medical management. If otherwise, we can give specific training to them, especially counseling to their parents are very, very, very important. And those students who are not active or submissive, here also first you have to rule out any medical condition, that is thyroid functioning. Such type of medical condition is to be ruled out. Obesity, thyroid functioning, etc. If everything is fine, we should we should be able to talk to the child with the parents, and we should know what type of parenting he or she is getting, whether he is being punished severely, why he is so afraid in classroom, why he is so submissive. That is to be sorted out, that is to be explored. Then we can give training to the child in involving activities in classroom, that too in small groups. He'll be involving, he will be or she will be talking to one of his or her friend. So make it 2 or 3 small groups. So let him encourage to participate in the activities in small groups. With slow training, they will be behaving properly in the classroom. And of course, there are individual differences that also is to be taken into consideration. We cannot make all these people equal. Individual differences are there, that also is to be taken into consideration, but we can give slow training. Confidence booster is very effective. And as I said in the previous session, physical exercise also is useful. For I like punching is very useful. If you ask him to punching exercise is useful. And even as I said earlier, some physical exercise will be useful, and he can be introduced to small groups. Okay. I don't know whether I have answered the question. That is my viewpoint here. Okay, thank you.
Generally, we face such situations in our classroom.
Yeah, yes, of course, because it is now it is integrated education.
Yes, inclusive.
So we have to include the person having disabilities also in our classroom. It's a major challenge now. It is integrated education.
Sir, can we include autistic children also in the class?
Yeah, actually at present the present condition is integrated education, but there are practical difficulties. I don't want to comment on that. And autistic children also can be, but don't expect him to behave like other person or study like other person. Only thing, he can learn socialization skills in a normal classroom. If he is put into an autistic school, chances of development is very less. But he'll be definitely causing some difficulties in the classroom, no doubt. But our policy is integrated education. We cannot avoid giving admission to these students into our classroom if it is a government institution or government aided institution. I don't know whether I am correct. Okay.
Right. Even in private nowadays, we are
Okay.
taking admission.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not aware of that. Thank you.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Sir, just now we have told about the attitudes of counselors, sir.
Yeah.
one step is empathy, sir. Sir, is it sharing the feelings, personal matters, or only related to problems, sir?
No, the feeling you can't differentiate feeling with the personal matters and problems. Feelings are always with the person. See, if I'm having a financial crisis, whether it is a problem oriented or not, I feel that whatever be the feeling, I have that feeling. I have a problem with my wife, still I have emotional problem. I have a problem with my friend, still I have an emotional problem. Emotional problem is always personal only. So first of all, you should attend to the emotional problems or emotional, whatever be the thing, emotional condition of the client, then only you'll be able to go for problems only. As if a high-rise building will not be seen in the morning if there is fog. But after sunset, slowly when the visibility will come. Like that, if you are covered with emotional outburst or emotional outsurge, you won't be able to find a solution, and you will not be getting clarity also. So emotion is always personal. You can't divide it from problem or person, I think. Okay, thank you. Your question is very, very relevant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, you spoke about the goals of the therapy, of the session.
Yeah.
So how can we identify the goals? Like every client or every problem is different from person to person.
Yeah, yes.
So how can we identify that this is the goal of the therapy? If a person comes with multiple issues.
Yes.
So how can we identify that in this session we have to set this goal, or in the second session we have to set this goal? How can we identify?
No, the basic thing is that we can't fix in which session we are going to the goal setting. We don't know. In humanistic approach, we don't know how the client will be ready to that stage. As I told you at the beginning, in humanistic counseling or non-directive counseling, the counselor moves along with the client, with the counselee. If the counselee is not ready to move up, we have to stay there. At some point, the counselee will identify or understand where she or what changes should happen. And as you said, there will be multiple problems. Of course, there will be multiple problems. Then what you do? Along with the counselee, we will list down the problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever with it. And we will discuss the counselee, which one needs to be attended to at the beginning. We will make a plan. That is the last stage, initiating an action plan. There we will sort out one by one. And there are problems which cannot be solved. Then what to do? So the perception of the individual towards the situation can be changed. That's all. I'm going to another area, and this is not a question of first session, second session, third session, like that. It may take so many sessions, but in some cases, everything may happen in 1 or 2 sessions. We can't fix the sessions right now. That is the difference between humanistic approach and other types of therapy. For example, CBT, we can fix 5 sessions or 6 sessions or 10 sessions. Here it is not possible. That is a disadvantage of humanistic approach. It is time taking. Sometimes it becomes a lengthy process. That is one disadvantage. Otherwise, in BMT and all, we can fix timing, we can fix sessions also. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Cindy Simon?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, any more questions from your side?
No, sir.
No question?
Sir, can I ask one more?
Please.
Sir, it is about a 17-year-old boy.
Yes.
He says that he's not finding interest in anything. Like he's in +12 now, and he is not willing to go for any like MSET or anything. He wants to do something in tech-based solutions in HCL company or something. So he feels that he doesn't have good communication skills because he was there from 5th class till +2. Even now he is in hostel. So the relationship with the parents is good, but he feels that I don't know how to enjoy life, or I don't know how to speak, or how to start a conversation with a person, or I can't have any planned conversation with them. I don't know. So he is avoiding the people to avoid the conversation. So how holistic counseling will help him?
How?
Holistic counseling will help him.
Okay. So there are two parts for the question. One is the person is not good at communication. Second thing, he is not interested in anything. There are two aspects of the question. And you said that he is having good rapport, good relationship with parents. Okay. First of all, we should create good rapport with the boy, so that if you have very good rapport, he or he will start talking to you. He might be having some problems, we don't know. And second thing, this communication. For communication, you can give behavioral training. As we have discussed in the previous sessions, we can give behavioral training. Ask him to meet at least 5 persons a day and ask for minor things like what is time, where is the stop, or like that only. It is not threatening. So he can meet and talk to at least 5 persons, 5 to 10 persons a day. Make a journal. So meet 5 persons a day or 10 persons a day. So slowly you can train. Second thing, he can be put into small groups where it is not threatening. In that group, let him speak to others. Maybe he may ask him to make a presentation on any topic which he is comfortable. Like that, we can slowly train him. Second question is, he is not feeling happiness. He is not unhappy. So what to do? I'm not going to the medical aspect or pathological aspect of that. That is to be ruled out, of course. What we can do is let him help others. If he is helping others, definitely there will be a short period where he may feel happy. Or while doing something, he may be feeling happy. So very short period. When a person says that I am not happy, doesn't mean that always he is not happy. There are moments where he feels happy. That can be elaborated so that he can help others. He can engage in activities which he likes. Slowly he will start learning to be happy. Happiness also can be learned and can be trained in feeling happiness. Happiness also can be inculcated through training. First, help others or help parents, do something useful for the home, or like that we have to discuss with the boy and we have to formulate. Okay. After ruling out medical problems if we need. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, shall I ask, sir?
Yeah, yes.
Sir, a boy, sir, aged 13 years, wants to be treated as his sibling, sir.
Yes. You are Please unmute. Please unmute. Yeah. A boy of 13 years wants to be treated at par with his siblings. Okay, then.
Yes, sir. 4 years, sir. His sister is in 4 years. So this child wants to pick him as his sister, and whatever his mother treats his sister, he wanted to be treated like her sister only. Even taking bath or fooding and everything, whatever his mother treats that baby, he wanted to treat him like that only. How can we counsel him, that boy?
Okay. Here it is a question of when a second child is coming to the family, the elder child should be trained, should be informed. You are getting a sister, or you are getting a brother, or one more member is coming to your family. This is your sister. But at times it doesn't happen. And normally, when a second child is coming to the family, the attention hitherto was getting to the elder child is getting diminished or getting vanished. He is not getting proper attention. Sir? Ready, sir? Okay, okay. So the attention is being, he is not getting proper attention. Okay. Every person wants attention to survive. In terms of transaction analysis, everybody wants stock. Positive stocks is essential for survival. So he is not getting sufficient attention. Hence, he feels that I am unwanted. This unwanted feeling leads him to get and try for more and more attention. So the mother is attending the second child or smaller child in a better way, and I'm not getting that. So that is the basic thing. So how to handle, how to train. Talk with the child and just ask him, what is your age? You are 13 years old, oh, a big man, a grown-up person. So in what way you are different from that child? See, she can't go alone anywhere. I can go. Oh, that's good. I can ride a bicycle, a bigger one. She cannot. Oh, so that means you can do all this. And I can bath alone. She can't. I can take food alone. She can't. Like that, you can just ask him to or make him to understand the difference between a small child and a grown-up child. Slowly they will understand. But at the same time, you should give attention to the child. He should not feel that I am not giving attention. It is an attention-seeking behavior only. He knows that he is 13 years old, but he is trying to get attention. So he also should need attention that should be given, not in the same way as he is given to the small child. You can give attention to the child in some other way which is appropriate to that age. For example, bonding can be done. Just be with the child for some time. Play with the child or ask for opinion of the child. Shall we go to that place? What is your opinion? Like that, you can train that child. Okay.
Yes. Any more questions? I don't think so. Cindy Simon? Yeah, kindly go ahead for propose a vote of thanks.
Okay, sir. I think we have had a very good session this evening, especially about counseling. We have gained a lot of knowledge with regard to the skills we need as counselors and how to with the procedure of the counseling. I would like to extend my thanks to all the patrons and chief patrons and chairmen of the program, and also the guests who have attended here today, the chairperson, Professor V. Suresh, and the special invitees, Rama Devi Garu, and then Dr. Dr. Shankar Jyoti Kumar, and also the President, General Secretary, and Treasurer of WCOP, and the coordinator, Professor K. Ashok. I also extend my thanks, special thanks to our resource person, Dr. P. Narayanan, who had led us through the session very well, giving out the differences between directive and non-directive counseling, and the difference between counseling and advice, and the humanistic approach of counseling, and who has also given us the solutions to the problems raised by the participants. I thank all the participants who have actively participated in the session. And I also thank especially our President, Professor V.G. Reddy Garu, and all the other core committee members and executive committee members for attending this session and making it a grand success. Thank you all very much.
Good night,
Sir,
everybody.
sir, just 1 minute, sir.
Sir.
Can I?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir and ma'am. And I am extremely happy that my teacher, Professor Suresh, is here, and I could make a presentation in his presence. I am thankful to you, sir. Suresh, sir, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And thanks to
Thank
all
you, Narayan.
participants.
I'm glad to see you growing, and my best wishes to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.